This is Kalila and Dimna, Fables of Conflict and Intrigue, as told by Ramsay Wood. Once upon a time, long ago in India, there lived a tyrannical young king named Dimna, who knew hardly anything at all. He assumed he did, of course, because his parents had told him that he was the most wonderful child ever born. So Dimna felt free to pursue any whim that caught his fancy, tormenting, even torturing his subjects if it pleased him to do so. Things continued like this until Dimna reached his mid-20s, when an old storyteller named Bitpai happened to visit the court. Bitpai spoke about what he saw, his polite preamble culminating in fierce words that shocked everyone. "Are you blind to the suffering right in front of your eyes?" the old man asked. "Are you a king or some kind of melon? Is something the matter with your brain or your eyes?" The enraged Dimna had Bitpai flung into a dungeon, effectively condemning the storyteller to death. Yet within weeks, because of a mysterious dream that led to an incredible treasure, King Dimna reinstated Bitpai, begging his forgiveness and pampering the old man and his wife in private rooms at the palace. Why this change of fortune? Because nestling among heaps of jewels and precious metals in that incredible treasure was an ancient handwritten letter from a long-dead king called Hosink, addressed across the generations directly to Dimna and also mentioning Bitpai. King Hosink admonished King Dimna to conduct himself wisely, urging him to listen to Bitpai's fables, which together, as a cluster group called Kalila and Dimna, with lions and leopards and jackals and snakes and crows and rabbits and fish, and the adventures of every other kind of creature you can imagine, acted as a type of medicine to cure leadership of heedlessness. Sincere humility, combined with enough resolve to proceed towards self-awareness, enabled Dimna to listen to the storyteller's surprising fables over a number of days in private at the palace. The result of this experience was a gracious friendship, each man giving to the other generously. But as soon as Bitpai had finished telling his final fable, he insisted on taking his leave, explaining that he could not see Dimna again until the time was ripe for another dose. This news was devastating to the king, yet, in a strange way, it made perfect sense. Had he not been given enormous wealth already? And what, if anything, would he do with it? The decades flew by. King Dimna tried to practice what he remembered from the fables he had heard, trying to improve the pattern of his life, and especially his rule. And slowly, things did improve in the kingdom. His dungeons were almost empty, and the populace became as happy as the earthly balance between pain and pleasure permits. Dimna, meanwhile, sired 3 lively children, 2 princes and a princess, now teenagers. Sometimes he fantasied that Bitpai might reappear to tell more fables, helping everyone make more sense of their lives. He even harbored the faint hope that somehow, if Bitpai did return, he might persuade the old man to collect them into a book, the cutting-edge data storage device of his day.